Start recording. Okay. Looks good. All right, let's write up this watch list and then get it going. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, support the channel, subscribe if you are a new viewer, right? Subscribe. Slow and steady into the open. Slow and steady. We'll see what KITT wants to do. I hope it's not finished. As I said, if this thing goes up another 50%, I mean, even another 20-30% wouldn't be bad. But if we can get some sort of continuation, if this holds VWAP, does a nice red to green, there's a high chance we have a very good day. If there's nothing on this one and it just sells off, we'll continue to be patient and wait around to see if we get better momentum later in the day. A good indicator for my performance is just momentum. Like once there's momentum, I'll still be red on some of the days. Sometimes you end up being the guy who's red on a stock that's up 100%, but it's very unlikely. It's like more times than not, I will be green, and I'll be very green if a stock is just giving good follow through. INDO, and so I guess that meeting that they're having today, yeah, this is going to be a good one to watch, right? OPEC, there's a meeting going on today for oil. So this should be interesting. INDO right on schedule, and it means HUSA will also be moving. Let me put this one up here. INDO might result into some good trades. Okay, I think we're looking good. So for the opening statements, and I'm going to check in on YouTube here quickly. KITT is the one I'm going to watch into the open. INDO I'll have on the other monitor. If it's the better moving one, we'll pull it up on the main screen. But going into the open, right, guys? So keep in mind, it's another day to exercise discipline. It's another day to be the best manager that you can be. It's another day for progress, right? We don't want to be going back. We want to be going forward. Right on schedule, 2-minute warning. Yeah, we want to be going forward. So make sure that you do what you have to do, right? It's up to you. It's up to me. For all of us who are here behind our computer screens, it's up to us, right? There's nobody here to hold our hands and to say, buy here, sell here, do this, do that. No, we've been studying the markets. We've been, for years, months, weeks, whatever it might be, we've been looking over charting. We've been studying the patterns. We've been looking at the price action. So it's up to you to use that intuition, right? Because we know it's not an exact science. You got to use that intuition and just go for it, right? Do not be afraid to buy. Do not be afraid to sell, right? It's not personal. We're just here to try and take a little bit of something from the market, right? Because the market is this vast pool, right? And so can we take a little bit of water, right? So it's not personal, right? It's not personal if you end up slipping and your bucket, some water spills over the top, you give back some off the top. That's all right, right? We stay focused and we make sure we do what we must to ensure success. So stay to the rules, stay disciplined, stay on track, stay on course. Today's a day to be disciplined. Today's a day to follow rules. And as long as we follow rules, it's always a good day. Now, with that being said, the aim is still to end green. We'll try our best to end green and take away a little bit of something as mentioned. So, guys, are you ready? Another beautiful day once again at last, right? At last. The markets. If you're watching on YouTube, Chad, Chanzi, I see you guys. Tyrell, what's going on? Treasure Trading, Lethal's in the building. Futures Trader, what's going on? Eric, what's up? Peter, Mohammed, Oki, guys, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up. Let's get up there to 150 likes. Daniel, I see you. Let's see what the market has in store for us today. Maybe I should put the Thinkorswim bell to ring at the open every day. I think I took it off. Well, INDO looks like it wants to be strong. It's getting halted up. Are we going to get locked in here? Well, okay, so that meeting must be going pretty well, right? We're getting halted right up for INDO. I will for sure trade the resumption aggressively. But we'll wait. That'll be in 5 minutes. KITT not off to a bad start either. I learned my lesson a few days ago, so there's no way I could have took a trade there in that first minute without seeing lag. So, being patient. I feel like it's going to be a good day. I like when something, something strong like that. And yesterday with how the market was up so aggressively, the first 1 minute candle to make a new high here. I'm in a little higher, 66. It's a little choppy. Could have been a little bit more quick to get in there. Let's see if it holds up though. The bids are dropping down like 5 cents in some areas. Big sellers there, big sellers at 60. Will it crack back over the level? Are we going to see it? No, nope, 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 we will not. That was a risky trade. I'll wait a little bit. That was a risky trade right there. It is a bit of a high risk stock how it's moving. It's price action fluctuating a lot. I know it has potential though, like it's showing right now. But we got to connect on some trades here quickly. $66 for the lows. It has to bottom out. We need to bottom out. We don't want to keep pulling back. Come on. It's quick with how the prices are fluctuating. Very quick. We can't forget about that resumption either. It looks like it's going to come down. Struggling. We should have bounced already. Yeah. Switching gears. This one is, I know it had potential to go up. I tried. INDO. What I thought would have happened is that once it broke that seller, that it would have just ripped. Because everybody saw that big seller and it only dropped 10 cents. It's a good place to watch, but a little higher risk. Let's pull this one up top. I think that one is done. I'll be surprised if it curls back up, ties. Okay, watching the real stock of the day here, it seems like INDO. INDO. High of 913. No fear, no hesitation on this resumption. We were halted at, let's see, 930.34. 35.34 for resumption. 35.34 for resumption. Well, being that we're red $200, we got to try to get some green trades here on this resumption. Right idea, not the best execution and timing on the other stock. Right idea though, it looked good. It looked good for the first 1 minute candle to make the new high, break of that big seller. Right idea, but not good timing. We got a little over a minute to go for INDO. Let me check the daily chart, by the way. Is there any real reason? Oh yeah, 200 EMA. See, it's a good thing I'm checking. Not good. The 200 is at 933. So it has to open up and break above this level of 933. If not, I'm not touching it. Glad I checked. If not, I'd have been buying right into resistance. All right, so I'm rooting for a high resumption. Can we open up above 933 and squeeze and then give that dip? No fear, no hesitation. PEGY, not bad. Let's go racing. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 10 seconds, assuming it's a 5 minute halt. 10 seconds, 913. our level right now. Here we go. Lower resumption below the level. There's a spread. It's looking a little risky. PEGY, watching it on the other monitor. PEGY, taking a dip. Oh, they filled me 37. Are you kidding me? I'll take it off though. Back in 38, watching 42. No, not quite. Watching 40 here, PEGY. Struggling though. Some good couple of trades, but it's struggling. Back to 35. It seems like it might hold. I'm watching for a lower dip though. 34. Taking 33. 36. I don't know my fill in there. I don't think I got the best fill. We might have made a cent or two. PEGY. This is the one that I'm getting to connect on here. PEGY. I'm giving it a sec. There's 33 on the bids again. It seems like it's holding 33. Taking a small loss up there for about 3 cents. Not good. Let's pull it up on the main screen. 37. I think it's getting ready to bounce. Talk to me nice. 38. 38. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. It's still moving. Not getting a chance to pull it up on the main screen yet. Watching high of day here. But want to be careful of a false breakout. Come on. More buyers. More green. I hate when I'm slow on those dips. Watching. Hold up. Can we see it? Where are those bulls? Where are the bulls? Can we see? No, we will not. Okay, I'm turning shares. It's trying to break over the highs at 45. I'm waiting though. See, it's so active. I didn't even get a chance to pull it up on the other monitor, which in the past I used to do and miss trades. It's just not, I'll just post this video up here later, right? 44. Come on. Somebody's selling big or shorting big. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Shouldn't have tried it. I'm going to give back more. Well, I'll take what I have, but we gave back at least almost 200. PEGY. Big size on this one. Going up to about 6,000 shares. Well, I mean, not big size compared, it's a $2 stock. 3,000 shares and adding twice at some areas. But it looks like it's pulling back, and we gave back some off the top, so we got to slow it down. I think maybe the dip at 33 might work, considering our 5-minute candle is looking strong. But somebody was selling big. It broke the high of 44. I took 45 and sold for a 2-cent loss. KITT. Wow, nice red to green. So it did come back to high of day. I'm surprised. What's the volume? I mean, this dip doesn't look bad though. The volume profile is great. I need to be The other one is halted up. Where's INDO looking like? Titanic. I should have held that dip. Should have held that dip at 29. I should have held it. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. If it comes back down, I'll take it and I'll put a stop in place. It looks great. KITT. This is my chance to get back green on this stock. But I gotta be precise and I gotta be accurate. Why did I not hold 29, man? It was such a great entry. What was I thinking? There's 10 cents, right? And it looks like it might be one of those red to greens that are straight up. Yeah. Okay. But it's coming back into the seller. So is the seller still there at 44? Somebody either shorting big or selling big. Man, I missed the dip. So I'll have to wait. I'm going to come up to 2,000 shares for now. If we make the new high of day and we hold, I might go to 5,000 shares and we're sending it full size. 10,000 shares, buying twice. Okay. Can we hold though? Can we hold though? Hold up. It's fighting. Watching break of 50. A little slow on that entry. Well, what was that? Rejection. Loss of 2 cents. We need to be selling 52, 53, 54. It's holding though. Might still happen. We got to be careful not to go back flat. But I want to be more aggressive here. It might crack down. Good reclaim. Good reclaim. That short seller, I hope they cover. If they're short, I hope they cover over 50. I've given back half, so I do have to be careful. It's up 600 on the stock, so I got to be careful. But I want to push to the limits. Maybe Rambo comes out today, right? If this stock can be strong, we got a low 42 on the dip. The new candle's 10 seconds out. Okay. Big sellers at 50. It's breaking. Well, I didn't want to take it, but I took it. And it's going to reject again. Tragic. KITT. Resumption is at 45.21. We got less than a minute. Well, that wasn't too good. Will it still go? The dip held at 38. The dips are working better than the breakout here because, you know, whoever's selling big isn't letting up over the highs. I am surprised it's having trouble at 50 considering how well it broke 45. TOPS is moving up. It's a pretty good day to this point. I've been sloppy. I have been sloppy. Not good. I could have also attacked those dips. There's the resumption. 610 is holding, but can we see a better breakout? Twelve, 10, 10, 10, 12, 11. KITT a little choppy. Will it break over 630 and attack the highs? TOPS is also moving. We only made 45 bucks on 2 trades, which is not good. TOPS, but the spreads. Break of 7. Yeah. Oh, whoa. KITT halted down. Jeez, I looked away for 1 second. Okay, I think I might have overdid it. I think I'm a little too sloppy today. I was up 600 on this one stock. I'm now green 200. And I'm red 145 on the other, so I'm basically flat on the day. Not good. But I also got very aggressive because I thought the setup looked good. So, can I really blame myself, right? In the recap yesterday, we had that conversation about, well, for those of you who saw it, I spoke about protecting what you have on the day versus going aggressive and just looking forward to the opportunities, right? To not essentially limit yourself. Which one is the better thought process? Which one is the better psychology, right? Yesterday, I protected what I had. Well, not yesterday, the day before, I protected what I had. And, I couldn't help feel like I left so much on the table. Today, I went all for it, nothing to show, right? So where's that balance? Where's that middle ground? Where's the balance? Where's the middle ground? TOPS, but the spreads on this one, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like. There's just so much downside risk if the bids are thin. I'm gonna size down for now on TOPS. KITT is just pathetic, to be honest. I mean, I'm surprised it came back to high of day, which was good, but then to have that drop down is just not good. TOPS is getting halted. No trades on this one yet for me. I mean, it's such a hot day. Is the overall market up and it's down? It's so ironic that yesterday we're up 800 points, and I would have expected to see a day like this yesterday. We're red today, 200 points, and we're getting all this momentum. Isn't that crazy? Got to be more assertive on the dips, man. Got to be more assertive. We could have made back a lot of the losses on the dips if we were more aggressive. We might have caught just only like 2 earlier. We might have caught 1 or 2 earlier. First 5-minute candle to make the new high on PEGY. But it's coming back into resistance, right? 29, 29. So we do have a double bottom. There's the new candle. It's coming back into resistance. If there's, I'll size down a little bit for now. If there's a reasonable dip, I can look into taking it. If we drop down 36 for the quick bounce back over 40, but very skeptical in this range now, considering the rejection that we're seeing at 50 twice earlier. But since we had a little bit more action on the other screen, I can post it today, right? There's 43. Easy come, easy go, right? That's what Ross would say. Easy come, easy go. KITT, I just couldn't get a grip on that one, man. I don't know. Just could not get a grip. Could not get a grip. Watching for dips. I hope I got a good fill there. Not touching it. It's a couple of cents there. We got a high of 250. Jeez, man. KITT, just get out of here, man. What a terrible stock. Titanic. Come on. PEGY, where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see something here through 250? And I'm willing to go back to full size of 5,000 shares if it breaks and it holds really well. So I'll hover over this hotkey right here. Do we mean business, ladies and gentlemen? Do we mean business? Are we open for business? Come on, good. Can we hold now? No, tragic. Didn't take 42 on this dip. Well, smokes, but no cigar. And the breakout wasn't terrible. I mean, good buyers came in at 50 to buy up those sellers. 54. And by the way, TOPS, let me not get distracted. 44, 54. Was it 54? What time are we at? No, 50, yeah, 54. 54:05 for resumption. Time 53:40. Switching gears to TOPS. We can pull it on screen here quickly. I'll just use 500 shares. We're currently halted at 756. Got to be careful with the spreads here. Here we go. Okay. Can we get a dip somewhere in here? Well, it's a big dip. Just like INDO, I feel like it's a little thin, so it's, a little tricky. It's not as fluent. Maybe back over 750, it could be worth a trade or two. How well will it hold above the level here? I'll take it. Didn't really give it much of a chance. It's just so hard to trust, man. High of days at 75, though. There's a new 5-minute candle. Okay. Come on. I should have gotten back in there. Not as aggressive as I needed to be. It looks like it's rejecting the highs. We hit a high of 86 and we pulled back to 70. I'm taking the dip at 70 for the retest of the highs. It's not bouncing to the depths. Well, it's been a pretty interesting day. I hope you guys were able to retain some of your earnings. Me, on the other hand, I can't be upset with myself because I had every ounce of control throughout that situation, but I just decided to go another route, right? I just decided to stay aggressive. When I was down at 450, 500, I could have reduced size. So now it's back to being patient and waiting. I think that might be the first wave. It was a good day to this point though, right? Pretty active, pretty interesting. KITT, I just could not get a grip, man. I could not get a hold of the stock. And that's how you end up being the guy who's red on a stock that's up 100%. Just like I mentioned at the open, it happens. Stock is up 100%. I'm the guy who's red. How could this be? But every 3 out of 10 times it happens. There's a hot stock, you end up just not connecting. 7 out of 10 times I'll be green. 3 out of 10 times I'll be red. That's what the numbers say in the metrics on those hot stocks. Sometimes it's the spreads. Sometimes it just is timing. Sometimes it's like, depends. Because, each of these stocks have like a different personality. IMVT. The halts have been pretty crazy. We could have had some better halts. IMVT. What's the float in this stock? Well, it's only up 6%. Well, I'll leave that alone. ISEE. ISEE over 21 looks interesting. Well, what's the volume on this one? The other one is the float. This one is the volume. There seems to be a tight spread. But the volume, 78, yeah, volume is light. The daily chart is why I'm even mentioning it. The daily chart looks good for like a daily breakout here over this range of 21. There's a gap. There's a gap back to 30. Is it 30? Well, if you go a little bit more left, 2250. But it doesn't seem like there's enough volume. I like how the level 2 looks though. The spreads seem to be tight, but not enough volume. If it had more volume, I would have considered it. So I'm green a whopping $75 on the day. Started down 200, then went green 400, now green 75. Now this is where I adjust my expectations though on this day. Now, now I'll just look to make another $150 if I can, and then that'll do it. It's been too much of a wild day. But PEG, I mean, I like I said, I can't be upset with myself, but once we broke over 45, it's like yesterday, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a stock that I was saying, it's telling me to buy here and sell into the highs, right? That's exactly what that stock was. Everything about it was the same. It broke 45 initially, and it's saying buy me now that we're holding 45 and sell above 50, right? I wasn't in at 45. I got in at 49 and 50 to sell above 50. The move above 50 never happened. The second time, whenever I have a losing trade at the level, I have strategies that's, well, let's say safety nets. Now it's to wait until it breaks above the level and then hold, and then I get in. So can we break above 50, hold above 50, then I get in for the, retested highs, let's say 55, and then more, 60, 65. So getting back in at 50, I was still being very aggressive because it held 45, right? I think it came down to like 43 and bounced. I want to say, I can't remember exactly, but that to me is like still holding 45. It's not to the penny, but as long as we don't really crack down. But the short sellers or big sellers, whatever you want to call it, definitely played a big role. It's back up again. Is it going to be able to go this time? Once again, is it gonna be able to hold 50 this time? It's coming from a big bottoming wick. 48, but it's not ripping. Only 500 shares there. Let's come up in size. It has to hold. It's fighting. Seems like it's holding. Seems like it's holding. This is where it could take off. This is where it gets dangerous here for the shorts. Come on. What will it be? We want them to cover. If they can start covering is where it really looks good. I don't mind 56, 57 entries if it's just going to rip. Because we can see 65, 70. There's a few sellers here. How's it going to react? Green. Good. Good, good, good. Lovely. Alright, here we go. We should see 65, 70 here. Where are the bulls? There's 65. You see, it can be predictable if the stocks, if the sellers are not as bad, right? 67. And there's 69 right up to the target. See, it can make sense. It can make sense, but the sellers sometimes are the problem. That was good. How strong is it going to be here? Are we going to keep going? 67, 67, 67, 70, 70, 70, 68 on the bids. If I see 71, I think I take it. 67, 66, 66, 67, 66. Somebody's buying. So I think somebody's buying it up here. It's taking a long time though to bounce. If 66 had held without that drop, I would have been in already, but it's not bouncing either, so I'm kind of trying to be careful here. Waiting. Somebody's holding it down. It's yet to retest the high 71, 72, so somebody's holding it down. You see, the sellers are what makes it really tricky, right? Once the shorts start to get in and they're not covering, it's not linear, because I've seen this price range hundreds of times like this. It's like they move. It's very similar how they move over the years, But it sucks when you do size up and then the move you think should happen doesn't happen. It just, it kills everything. There's a buyer at 63, 27,000 shares. I'll take it 64, 65 with a 2-cent stop. Can we curl back to 70 for an out? We don't want to see flushes here. That's where I could get in trouble. As I'm holding a little longer, could be exposed to a flush. Random drop to like 55. We're seeing some red. I'll get out there. A small loss. It's holding though. It's still holding, right? Still holding. Maybe I needed to be a little bit more patient there. The 5-minute candle looks good. The shorts should be in trouble here. TOPS doing its thing, hitting the scans, going to the moon, but hard to trade. Big spreads. What a day, man. What a day. What a day. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. I love to see momentum like this. Even if I don't get to capitalize properly, it's still a good day, So what are we going to do here at 70? The volume is more calm here. I wouldn't be surprised if it dips down again. So you see that trade I took 64. Could have held it a little longer, right, to get out with some green. Big buyer there. And there's volume. Oh, it looks like it might be failing. 63. Are we failing? Rejection. Volume came to the buy side and we dipped down like that. Not good. And that's what makes it tricky, right? When we're seeing signs that's saying go right and then it goes left, right? So this is a great place. I don't think I said it at the beginning. It's a great place to mention that day trading is risky, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, you know now, right? And you heard it here first. Day trading is risky. It's struggling. But, the 5 minute chart looks so good that it wouldn't be bad if we do see the pullback. Question is, how low are we going to go? It's hard to determine the bottom of these pullbacks sometimes. Darnell, I appreciate the moderation there and those chat things, the cam. Man, TOPS just is so tricky looking, man. Break a 50. Do I want to try it? $45, 42, taking 44, 45, but no green. And I'll take another couple of cents loss. Trying to get the break and hold 50 there, but not quite. And it might be coming into some daily resistance up at 875, 876. We got a low 57 right now. I don't know if I've missed any key daily levels. I don't think I did. Time is 10:08. I don't know. I started trading and just for like an hour and a half, and it feels like right now it feels like I've been trading for half a day already, which I guess makes sense, right? TOPS finally pulling back a little bit there, having a hard time. Nice move up though. So there's 68. The dip is going to hold. And I'm watching TOPS there. 57 for the dip. I don't like when we see these types of dips sometimes. Of course, if I'm not in. If I'm in, it's a different story. But this type of dip doesn't give you a chance to get in terms of like retesting the lows, It's just one dip and then straight up. Good if you can get the bottom. I feel like this stock has the potential to break out by like 20 cents because I think somebody's shorting it, right? And if it keeps going, once they cover, it should erupt. It should explode. Taking it here, watching for the bounce, but only 2 cents. 67, 68 area. I'm not liking how we're reacting after making a new high. It's the second time it makes a new high and then drops off with a good amount of volume. So somebody's still shorting it, right? An institution maybe some big chat room or individual, or right back down. I don't know. Is the dip worth it here? Might be. 58. I think it might be worth it. I mean, that was a lot of volume though we came down with, but low of the 5 minute candle so far is 60. Analysis paralysis. Everything is telling me we should have made the new high there over 80, but here we are at 60. So this and I think this is why sometimes for me the dips are hard to buy, is because I feel like it's gonna flush down because we shouldn't really be in the situation. But there's still, even if you feel that way, there's still some areas where there's an obvious bottom you could get in and make 2 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. So it's like you got to just fight against that urge of like, hey, dude, don't touch it. Here we are, 72 again. So 60 is gonna hold. It didn't quite double bottom. Got to get a little bit more dialed on this stock. If it flushes a third time, it might be a problem. High of days at 70. So I'm gonna reduce size here. I'm just gonna go to 700 shares, just in case we get caught in a flush. The third try is the charm. The third try. So now over high of day, can we see 90? And then $3. Room to 328 right now. 328, the next level. I got mapped out here on PEGY. I got to pay more attention to the level 2, man. So looking to get dialed here. Not quite getting that bounce. 71. Good green here. Do we mean business for high of day? No, we do not. 72. Okay. I think I can catch a few dips here, but gotta be careful. Where's the bounce? I gotta trust it, man. I gotta just trust it. I just hate seeing so much red. The bounce wasn't immediate there. All right, I know what needs to be done, but I just gotta watch out for that bigger flush in case it comes. If it breaks 77 and it holds, I'd size back up here. Come on. Where are the bulls? But only by 1 cent. It might just break out by like 20 cents, man. If they cover, watch. Let's see. $83. Can we get a new high? Good. I want to see some separation, man. 85. Separation will make it easier for me to determine the dips and the scalps. So a little bit more range. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that fill. 4 cents, $100, gone. Which should have been a green trade because I'm a little slow. But that's the thing, it's sometimes lightning. It's lightning. And I also forgot to reduce my size. We should have been on 700 shares for that trade. We'll drop down to 15. Aiming for 76, in at 80. It seems like the low might be 76 right there. I hate when that happens, man. It's like, in your mind, it doesn't feel like you had a losing trade, but it is. I didn't place my order on the bids either. The spreads just came back up so quickly. The algos are beating me here. The algos. We got a high of that last candle at 85. Watching to see if it does another quick dip. I'll place the order on the bids this time. I could also use the ladder. And of course, no fill. Surprise. Tried 77 there. 75. Man. I think it's bottomed out. I think it's bottomed out 70, 75. We'll see. Is it going to test it again? And you see that bid? Let's watch. I think it's bottomed out, so I want to give it a chance. 40,000 shares on that bid. Can we see 84, 85 here? And there's still a spread of 2 cents. 86, 88. That short seller still hasn't covered yet, so the stock can still do much more than it's done in a shorter time. That looks like it might have been a deep. Well, no, I sold a little too soon. 88 is the high. If it continues to inch up like this, I think they'll cover eventually. And hopefully the halt level goes up more. Like the halt level needs to be as high as possible, because once this squeeze starts to happen, we can see some really good, and look at these bids here at 80. We can see some really good price action. I think that will be the time to use 5,000 shares again if that starts to happen over 90. Like if we take off. Good bounce there. Good bounce off these buyers. Is it getting ready to happen? Price action is getting a little bit different. So is it getting ready to happen? Or are they getting ready to cover here? Are we going to take on a new personality in the stock right here, right now? I'm waiting first. Let me make sure to put my hand over this bigger size in case it just starts to go crazy. I want all the smoke if it goes crazy today. All the smoke, all the sauce. Thought we were seeing a build up there, but are we going to see some more volume here over the highs? I want to see 95, 98, like just a rip. And then once it starts to give those quick dips, I'll be in. Will we see it? Or are we still up slowly and steadily? Still up slowly and steadily. It might not happen yet. I mean, it might never happen, but I would hope it does, right? Man, I'm not going to talk too much. I'll just let the trading speak for itself if we can see something here. PEGY up 102% to the moon. Big bid at 89. Those shares are getting filled. Is there a hidden seller? At 90? They're gonna have to cover some. We'll see. We'll see. It just depends on where your stop is. 95, 95, 94. It seems like there's a lot of shorts. 96, 97. I'm very skeptical of the breakouts, so I want to be careful. 98. Do I take this? too much indecision in my head. Watching it, waiting. 26. Hold on. I wouldn't mind a quick drop. They're shorting so big. They're shorting so heavy. There's a lot of volume right there. That doesn't go. They're like, it seems like whoever it is just doubling down, tripling down. I gotta check the daily chart as well. Okay. Whoever it is doubling down, tripling down. They don't want this thing to go, man. I hope they have on their big boy short pants, right? We gotta be careful for a bigger flush as well, in case the shorts do end up winning. That's also another thing to consider, right? I would hate for this to drop like 30 cents, though. It could happen, which is why we gotta be careful with the dips, because we don't want to see that big drop. We got a high of 304. I got 328 marked out as the next real area of resistance. Some people might have had the whole dollar at 3, but I'm hoping we can get through and keep going. $91. It seems like it might be bottoming here. 91, 92, 91, 88, 88, 88, 87, 88. I mean, we are fairly green. We can take a few more trades with a little bit more peace of mind, right? A little bit more ease. KITT's halted down again, by the way. When you have a cushion, it definitely helps you out a little bit more, you know. Sellers here at 91. I want to see us get back down to 88. Good break. Can we quickly come down here to 88 again? 1 minute candle making the new height, 95. Quick splash of red. The volume is also slowing down a little bit. You know, I want to see it continue to remain high. If it slows down too much, it gets a little scary, a little dicey. You know, you got to start thinking more about the risk. We're not getting that dip I want. All right, I'll watch for other dips, higher dips. It's getting ready to go again. I'd love to see 92. Yes. Nice. Just a few cents, just a few cents, just a few cents. I'll take it again. Will we see it work one more time? 91. It feels like it's getting ready. 90. Okay, maybe not. What a day, what a day, what a day. FNGR getting called out. Raphael. Oh yeah. Was it halted? It looks like it was halted. I don't want to switch away from the stock here though. It could get back to $3. Right now we're back a little bit more green, but this time we gotta, this time we gotta protect the profits as best as we can. We can't go up again and then give back again. You know, it's just too much. We're only up 195. KITT, man. Only if I could have had a better grip. Makes a difference if I'm green on that stock, you know, a little 150, 200, 300. No, I'll be back out. All buyers are coming in. Buyers are coming in. But I want to see it back over 90 though. I don't want us to linger the lows too long. Yeah, 84. I don't know how FNGR is moving, so I'll only have 500 shares. Oh, look at those spreads. Hold up. Are we seeing something here? Watching for green on FNGR. I gotta see how the daily chart is looking, to be honest. That's one of the bad things about the other monitor. I'm in. There's 63, 65, 70. Okay. FNGR. It's breaking 70. FNGR to the moon. Come on. Oh, yeah. I only have 500 shares, though, so I didn't make much. Wow, it's really strong. Come on. What I need to do is use some bigger size here. Let's go up to 1,500 shares. I didn't trust the volume. Let's see. Let me see how this thing is really looking. Yeah, bottoming wick. If it breaks over 90, I'll take it here. Tighter spreads, tighter spreads. Hold on. A little bit more green. Is there a hidden seller? No. I need more volume. That's what it is. It needs more volume. Somebody was selling a hidden order at 94, but it was a small hidden order. It is coming up to 7, which, you know, we would want to see it break, but maybe the resistance is too strong. Maybe. I was so skeptical that I only had 500 shares. You know, I didn't want to risk it with the light volume. But it moved up nicely from 650. Phase is bouncing. PEGY having a hard time. I was a little too, I don't know, man. You see, this is you know, I just gotta accept the fact that I'll never be satisfied. That's just what it is. Trading is one of those fields. It's like, you know, it's like you're playing in the NFL, the NBA. No matter how good you play, there's always going to be something you could have done better or differently. So I just need to shut up and just, you know, be grateful. I am grateful, but still, you know, I guess I don't have to mention it as much, right? It's just part of the feel, right? And it's what's good about the feel is that it lets you know that there's always room for improvement. I'm gonna drop to 1,000 shares here. Or maybe I wait for it to get above 7. I don't want to get caught in a 10-cent drop. That wouldn't be good. We need to see those tighter spreads again. There we go, 88 by 90. There we go. That's the type of spreads we want to see. Tight spreads, tight spreads. We'll get over this blue line in the sand here. FNGR. Once you start hitting these stocks with big size, you start to see the gains, or I mean, or the losses too, right? They'll be bigger. at Relentless. INDO has been curling up slowly and steadily. I would just love for us to continue to see this type of action in October. I mean, it'll be such a great month. Sellers are at 7. We do have a spread. I'll wait for it to get above and hold. FNGR, can we get above 7 and hold? Do we have enough attention on this stock? Do we have enough buyers on this stock to get us going here? It's a little bit more sporadic, I feel, but it is closer to the resistance, so it makes sense. I definitely want to see it above and holding. If that happens, I think I take it, but I can't buy 99. If I do, I got to be willing to take a 10-cent loss, which I'm not. And it's coming back down for now, so time 10:32. That might do it. Man. The markets. The markets. What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. ISEE never was able to break over 21. Well, I guess it did by 3 cents. But volume on this one was too light. INDO into the open, into a halt. Hard to trade the price action on resumption. FNGR, small size, small gain. TOPS. Was this a resumption loss? Can't remember. Sometimes your memory is so short term with these stocks. But the good news is that we're green 188. We're green 188. Could have been a better day, but we were very, very aggressive. We were ready to go to the moon. And the day will come, right? And it'll happen sometimes. We'll give back profits, but the days will come where we get aggressive and the stocks keep going up. And those are going to be the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 days. So we gotta just keep waiting and keep waiting and keep waiting. The markets. Oh, the merch is coming soon. 10,000 subscribers and the merch will be here. So yeah, I'd be the first buyer. There's gonna be. I have a There's a list of things. All the phrases, all the things that we say and use. To the depths. It's gonna be interesting to see which ones people's favorites. We even had a bingo back in the days, man. That's when I posted that vlog, and I was staring at the orange. Someone made a bingo. I can't remember if it was red to green. I don't know. Someone made a bingo though. I think in the bingo we had the street cleaner, the oranges. There's a bunch of other things too. I mean, we'll see though. It's gonna be an interesting time, man. But the momentum is coming down to an end. J-Spec, what's going on? What's up? Let me know if you got a question. I see the at Relentless. I'm gonna check in the Discord in a sec. Mike S had asked if this Discord is for this level 2 is for Thinkorswim. Is it from Thinkorswim? No, it's not. It is from Das Trader. The level 2 is about 150. Well, the platform itself is about 150 a month for this package that I'm using. And this thing is breaking out and I'm missing it. Jeez Louise. Well, there's the trade that I missed. 25 is the high. It's holding high. 07. Green. No green. Over 25, is it worth it? Yeah, well, I got a little distracted there with the comments. Thought this thing was going to the depths, but it curled up quickly. And that sometimes is the difference between making 10 cents, which is $100, you know? 1,000 shares, $100. What does it want to do? I'd love to see some big bids getting in. That'll give us some good confidence, but 392, it's back below. Good reclaim, good reclaim. Nice. But will we continue to see buyers though? It's a good reclaim there. We're seeing some green. Hidden seller 20. I'm always skeptical on those dips, man. I don't know my fill there in the spreads, but it's moving. FNGR is moving here. Can we see a new high of day? Well, my fills are not the best. I would have been up way more if I had better fills. Can we dip? Can we get a dip? Can we get a dip? No dip. It's just holding high. Man. Nope, let's not let that feeling get the better of me. 92, is it going to get halted up? Some surprise action here. Did it break yesterday's high? It did. Oh wow, 86. This might be pretty big. Okay, let's see if it gets locked in. I almost had some emotions get the better of me there, which I'm working on that. That's something I've been working on personally. When I miss trades, to not get frustrated and feel like I missed the move, because it might keep going. It broke yesterday's high, but we still had a lot of action in after hours and pre-market. So right now there's room to 925 and 1010. How are the guys in the Discord doing today, man? Let's see. How are the guys in the Discord doing? These guys are probably killing it today. Crispy in at 948 and holding shares on that dip. Lovely. High on, solid. These guys are killing it, man. These guys are killing it. Red to green, how are you doing today, man? Rob, really nice. Good to see. Night and day difference in the momentum, man. I agree. No Phil at 956 mentioned that night and day difference in the momentum. It's a little choppy, yes, it's a little tricky, but there is momentum. Red to green gave back a little off the top, but I'm guessing you're still up pretty good on the day. Really nice, but gave back a little off the top. Ah, man. Man. Okay, let's see. Let me take off this hoodie, man. It's time to get going. We're seeing some late morning momentum now. So I'm gonna try my best to be aggressive and manage risk at the same time. The last thing I need right now is a 25-cent loss, which would put me at zero on the day. So I gotta be careful, and I gotta be quick, and I gotta be quick, right? That's the key thing. Quick. Trust myself and be quick. Simple enough, right? Will the market be strong? Will we see follow through? If we do, and we get the dip and rip, we can get a good couple of cents. But there has to be no fear and no hesitation. If I hesitate, if there's any fear, I'm not going to get a good trade. That's just how it is. So I'm using 1,000 shares now. If I take a 25-cent loss, I'll be back to zero. See, this is where the mindset comes in, the two psychologies that I mentioned. And right now, I do not want to go back to zero. You know, I mean, I don't. I just don't. I can't lie to myself. So I'll drop down to 600 shares, which means I'll have to take a much bigger loss to be back flat on the day, almost 40 cents, which I think is a little, it is possible, but unlikely, versus just 20 cents, 25 cents, and I'm flat on the day. But if I get a winning trade, one winning trade of decent size with this, of decent sense, I'll size back up. And then I can be a little bit more loose on the buy button to see if we can do something here. You got to be consistent with one thing in the markets. That's the key. Can't flip flop. We got halted at 38. Resumption will be at 43.17. 43.17. What's so impressive about Hyon is just how consistent he is, man. It's like this guy just you hardly see the red days, and just always consistent once there's momentum. It's good to see. It's good encouragement. Reminds me of what the market has to offer. Especially if you can master your self discipline. The guy's sitting up a casual 3,000 right now. Really nice. But as we know, day trading is risky, and the risk is always on the other side. So once again, trade smart, trade setups. We're halted at 793, 43.17. So we got a couple of seconds here to this resumption. Room to 925, I would say, without any real resistance. No fear, no hesitation, guys. If you see your A quality entry, go for it. Be quick on the sell button, take profits. If it is a losing trade, cut the loss quickly. Here we go. 793. Nice resumption. Can we see green? Could have given it a sec. But it's a quick move. Seller at 30. Just having a hard time. It's holding 8. Can we see big buyers though? There's 773. Pulling back a bit more. $69. There might have been a hidden buyer there. $69. I think I leave it alone down here. I think I got a half decent fill on the trade going up. 90. Can we see the reclaim of 8? $805. I think we bought up most of the shares at 30. So if we start to hold above 8, well, we gotta watch out for the flush down below the level though. Could happen. Haven't really had a good trade, so it didn't size back up. TOPS looks like it might be on to something. I think with this short-term bear rally that we're seeing, this bear market rally, we're getting momentum in the small caps. So some cash is coming back into the small caps from the overall market. That's what really affects it too. It's like there's actually like for these algos to work properly, there needs to be cash floating around. Okay. It's holding above 10 well, but we're not getting the pull away. So waiting. for more green. Bigger buyers, bigger bids. Where are those bulls? Where are those bulls? Can we see something? 9, 5, 4, 3, 97, 90. Will we see the reclaim? I think it's a little dicey here though. I'll leave it alone. INDO is also onto something, although I don't know if it'll get a big move. TOPS, INDO. PEGY is fighting. Imagine if we could just trade and avoid all the losses, man. You know, but all that is make believe. You know, seeing the future, all of that stuff, make believe. Are we gonna see some dips down here? Some traders might like the dips at 70. I gotta just attack. I feel like once I attack I just have to attack the dips, man. I just have to attack the dips with more conviction. I see most of them. I would say like 85, 90% of them I see. But it's just the confidence to just keep buying them and not worrying, you know? Buying into the red and just knowing that, yeah, that's where the bottom should be because of that slight hesitation in the level 2. Buying it, keeping the stop extremely tight. Buying it, keeping the stop extremely tight. You know, you can get 5 cents, 3 cents, 5 cents. Before you know it, some of them bounces up 10, 15, 20, 30 cents. And you know, it's like what I basically need to do is be as aggressive with the dips as I am with the breakouts. And as a stock is dropping, trading it with this, it's just the inverse, you know? It's just the opposite. And the same concept applies. Once there's red and the level 2 is showing the hesitation that we're bottoming, buy. Once there's green, sell, right? And once we get the bounce, just take it off. Take it off. It's there for the taking, but you just got to be willing to buy that weakness where we're now coming into support to then bounce. PEGY, it happened a million times. I only mostly took like 8 of them, you know? And what happens to me, sometimes I get a high fill, I get discouraged. No, you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going. Just keep going, even if it's a smaller size, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep taking it. Because, you know, that 3 cents, even on 1,000 shares, 30 bucks, right? 30 bucks, 30 bucks. It's happening so often that even if you lose 4 cents here or 5 cents there because of a bad fill, you just gave back only 2 trades, you know, out of like 50, right? If you take all of them. So I just gotta take, take more, take more, take more. So FNGR, PEGY, let's take a look through some of the watch list stocks. In terms of this one right now, you know, I would hope it finds a bottom here soon. I think it has more potential to keep going. Volume is down a little bit versus the highs, but it's holding up relatively well. This is another one of those areas where we're trying to see and determine that bottom. We're now at 730s. It's a small subtlety sometimes, you know. You'll see buyers coming in, or you'll see a big bid or something like that. And I did pretty poor for break of 8. I noticed it bottoming, and I just wasn't willing to get in early, because instead of waiting for the highs at 20, I could have been in at like 15, 10, 8. You know, it's still coming down here. We got a low of 33. This is where we do have to be careful with it. Hopefully we can find that bottom soon. Here we go, TOPS. There's that move. over 765. 77 on the bids. I am red $90 on this stock, so I got to be very careful there and proceed with caution. We're at 359 on the day. Hard fought day. So we got to protect the profits at this point. Going back to zero, it feels so mentally draining. Break of 8. TOPS, break of 8. It's tempting, but with the spreads, you got to be careful. Can we break and hold? There's a break. Can we hold? Long. Only hitting 10. We only made like 1 cent. Not, yeah. I think it's too much risk. 67 on the bid. Yeah, I think too much risk for TOPS. I don't think I've been very green on stocks below. Let me check TraderView. I don't think I've been having big days on stocks below like $4. Something to keep an eye on. Now, that also means I haven't been using as much size as I should be using. But, let's see. Reports. Let's see. Detail. Price and volume. Well, I guess this isn't really the best way to tell. The incline, man. You know, and something else I gotta work on, right? I think something else I gotta work on is that I need to be aggressive faster, right? I have this thing in my mind where I feel like I need to build up some green to then be more aggressive. But if you really look at it on the macro, I've been green for years. What green do I really need to build up before being aggressive? It's just if there's volume, if there's a quality setup, I immediately should be at full size. You know, it's like what's the need of like going just 2,500 when I could have already been going 5,000, 10,000. So it's a lot of mental stuff you gotta sometimes do. You know, IMVT, was that the higher float one I saw? I think it was. Yeah, I think I just need to be aggressive right out of the, right into it. I need to be aggressive. If there's something that's obviously moving, the very least by trade number 2, 3, I should already be there instead of like, letting that full move go up and then trying to increase size. It's like it's too late already. So to maximize, and I gotta remember to buy twice in a lot of the areas. If it's looking good, at least buy twice, even if I'm just using 2,500. That way I can at least go to 5,000. See some more gains. And then as the stock starts to pull back into consolidation, size down and be careful. So we've come all the way to VWAP for FNGR, and this is tough. This is a big pullback here. $1 a share pullback. I thought we would have bottomed out a little sooner. For me, it's hard to time this, but can we see 5-minute candle make a new high or something? Back over 64. I am going to shut it down though if we don't continue to see more opportunity and momentum. It's inching up a little bit. Well, and look at that. Wow. So FNGR starting to look a little too dangerous here. When that volume starts to decrease, that's the type of madness we see in the level 2. So switching right away. Let me give the stocks one last look through. This actually might do it. This might just do it. there's that thing inside of me that just feels like I could have done better. So tomorrow I have to give it another go again. And then again. I think I might have had the last day that I remember that I felt like I couldn't have done anything better was like November. Oh, hold on, I can get the date. I know exactly what that day was. Reports, view, calendar. Let's go to single screen here. Uh, let's see, single screen. The last day that I felt like I couldn't have done anything better. Let's see. Was it September, October, or no, or December? No, I think it was. Let's see, October. No, I think it was, yeah, October. Well, okay, maybe it's a little harder than I would have thought. I know it was a day I was up like 250 in Q4 of last year, and on the week that I had that green day, was it this day? Probably not. Well, maybe my memory's not that good. Maybe it was this day. I want to say it was this day, September of last year, the 21st. This is a day where I just came in and just absolutely like maximized on everything. And I squeezed all the momentum I could have squeezed out of the stocks that were in play. Came in quick, clean, and done. It's been a full year since I felt satisfied. Is that bad or is that good? I don't know. I think it's a little good, it's a little bad. It shows you the type of, you know, awesomeness the market has to offer. I think it's bigger than just me. I think it's almost all of us, right? I'm grateful for what I have here today, but can't help but feel like I could have done better. Is this how the billionaires feel and what they're doing? And then is that why it seems? And I don't know. So I think for some people it's straight out greed, though, right? For some people, I think it's just greed. Um, I don't know, or looking from the outside, right? Looking in from the outside, is this how they feel, right? Is this what keeps them like just going for more? Is this it, or is it greed? You know, I can only speak for myself. Decision making, man. Decision making. When to be aggressive, when to not be aggressive, when to go full force, when to not go full force, when to walk away, when to keep pushing through and trade the entire day. All these questions will come, and it's up to you as the trader to determine your best, approach, plan of action. What's best for you might not be what's best for me. Well, not in terms of day trading, but in terms of just being able to do more, being able to be better, right? Like that hunger, right? Not necessarily day trading. The drive. Is it like, man, this business deal could have been a better business deal. Our workers could have worked harder. I don't know what you're thinking. I'm not in that situation, but yeah, it's been a good day. I think we're getting close to the end here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Uh, you know, we had someone describe it, like, refer to it as watching ESPN, which, really, really, really cool to hear that, right? When stocks are moving and we're using big size, you know, it's for me, it's fun. There is risk. Like right now, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's because I'm lucky to be in this situation, but I don't feel any pressure. There's zero pressure. Even trading in front of an audience, like I feel nothing. Like for me, it's just fun, and it's why I don't game anymore because I have as much fun as I did with gaming doing this, and this pays. So why not do this instead? You know. So But when there's no momentum, you can start to feel a little crazy, right? It's like if you're playing a video game and you're getting the worst maps. It's still fun, but it's not as fun, you know. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good day. If you happen to be red today or max loss, it's not the end of the world. You guys saw me yesterday, right? Coming in down 600 pretty early in the morning to start. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the guys in the Discord, even though some of the most consistent traders in there. Every now and again they'll get a red day. So you just got to stay focused and keep working on yourself. That's the main thing. To keep working on yourself, keep being better, keep growing. Keep working on those breakouts, keep working on those dips. If you're going short as well, keep working on those short entries. Being precise and accurate to thread the needle, right? It's there, and we got to just open our eyes to the possibilities. We have to study, we have to put in the work. We can't just trade now and then forget about it, come back tomorrow. You have to trade now. Review your trades, review what you did inside. It doesn't have to be every single trade. At least some of the biggest winners, the biggest losers of the day, to see you know what is common with the winners, right? That's making it work. What is the things that are aligning on the winning trades that's making it successful? What are you seeing on the losing trades that you need to avoid for next time? So there's always a correlation. So you got to watch. There are a few times where it's just the market being weak, but other times it's us. And what can we avoid? What can we do differently? So you got to work on it, work on the psychology, and let's just all keep being better traders. That's the goal, to be better traders every day, slow and steady. And it's why I mentioned the word greatness. For me, it's no longer about the money. It is no longer about getting personal. It's just me trying to be a better version of myself, me trying to be my best self. Because ultimately, what I've realized is that if you can be consistent with yourself, the P&L will follow. It'll have no choice. Really, it'll have no choice. So, can we be our best selves? And can we do that consistently? We are humans. There might be that day where, maybe you caught a flat on the highway coming home and it was a tough morning and you finally got into the office, you're a little stressed out. Maybe you didn't perform as well, right? But I think that's okay. Stuff happens. We're not going to always be you know, at our 100% peak. You might have a headache and you still trade it today. So, but we do what we must to ensure success, and we always want to be aware of our personal situations and adjust accordingly. If you're not feeling as well, maybe you use some smaller size, right? All those small things like that really, adds up to the testament of what a great trader is. So, I know not everyone is religious, but I feel like we're blessed here to be able to come in and be able to trade every day, man. It's just so fun. So for those of you on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, and of course subscribe if you are a new viewer. This is the type of style that I do. This is the type of energy that I bring, and it's all good vibes, man. It's all good vibes. There's never a bad day here in the markets. There's never a day where it's stale. It's always fresh. It's always exciting. So with TOPS curling back up, I think I'll leave that one alone. Yesterday we were down 190. Today we're up 363, and maybe we add to it in the power hour, which I'll be back for. But until then, if you're going the distance, continue to trade smart, continue to trade setups, and I'm going to post a few of the links. If anybody have questions on YouTube, now is a good time, right? GTII, take a look at that one. For anybody that have questions on YouTube, now is a good time. GTII. Well, the daily chart doesn't look bad. Let's see, how's it looking with volume? And also, what's the float? Well, it looks like the volume might be, it was halted up earlier. 522,000 shares, not bad. So maybe it does a red to green, right? This is a nice halt up. The daily chart looks decent, so maybe it does do something later, but is this an OTC? It might be an OTC. That's why the level 2 is looking like this. I think it might be an OTC stock. But if you're watching at it, continue to trade smart, continue to trade setups. Mohammed, you want to be back in a real account. What's my advice? Save, save over time, right? The one thing that I've realized about this market is that if you can master the macro, the long term, the ideology of the marathon, you'll be in good hands. If you can master the ideology of the marathon, you will be in good hands. Now, for me, I would say trading is a time thing, right? It's one of those sports where over time you can see the progress. So don't rush the rush. The market will be here. 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years. So do what you have to do now for that better tomorrow, right? Saving. Um, I can't give any advice when it comes to borrowing because that's something everyone will have to decide on their own, right? This is what I will say though. This is general, right? Borrowing is a way to have act to is a way to get to cash faster. Borrowing gives you access to cash at a faster rate than you would be able to otherwise. How long will it take you to save 25,000? It depends on your situation, of course, right? Are you paying a mortgage? Are you paying a rent? Are you the head of a household? Right? Do you have a family you're taking care of? Do you have kids you're taking care of? And if you're working now and you're doing all that stuff, it might be harder to save. You might be saving at a slower rate, right? Compared to someone who might be, let's say, single and also income. It depends on income. How much you're making and all that stuff. Um, are you living above your means? Are you living conservatively, moderately? There's a lot of factors, but borrowing, no matter who you are, allows you faster access to cash versus saving. So that's something I had considered, right? Not giving this as advice. It's something I had considered when I was starting, coming back to go live the second time. Right, the first time I went live, as you guys know, it was miserable. Lost 4,000 trading for 1 year, 3 trades every 5 days, and went to the sim for about a year, year and a half, and I was ready. My metrics were telling me I was ready. My confidence was telling me I was ready. My discipline was telling me that I was ready. And we are all different, right? I want to stress this, that we are all different, but this is what I'll say for myself, right? Let's say my account vanishes today. If my account vanishes today and I do not have enough cash to go live again tomorrow, I would go take out a loan tomorrow of 25,500, and for me mentally where I'm at with this trading thing and how I see the markets, I will not be worried. And even if there's a decent interest on that, I will still not be worried because I know what I've been doing and I know what I can do and I know what I'm doing now, you know. And so I have that confidence to go take out a loan if I have to, because I will not go save for 2 years, a year, when I can just have the money tomorrow. That's me. That's just me, right? Once again, this is not advice. This is not advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I'm not any of that good stuff. But it comes down to your personal situation, and there's risk. There's always risk. I view trading as a business, and I borrowed some of the funds to help me fund this business, right? At a decent interest too, which is worth mentioning, right? But I had the confidence, I had the skill, I had the discipline. More importantly, the discipline to do it. So if I had failed, my credit would have been screwed, and I would have had to go, to the 9 to 5 and work my way out of it. Which is, I knew if it didn't go well, that's what I would have had to do. But I never really thought about it because for me, I just wasn't. Like I said, I was prepared. I was prepared. I was fully prepared, and my transition from the simulation to real account was so seamless. Mentally I was there, mentally in the sim. Mentally, I know not everyone has this, but for me in the simulation, it was so real for me. My heart was pumped. Like the same thing that happens to me now happened to me in the sim. the same feelings, the same emotions, exactly, you know. And I understand why it's not the same for everybody, but that's how I was, and so I was able to come across and go live and borrow the cash. So you have to assess your own situation. You have to know that if it doesn't go well and you're in that family oriented situation, you gotta it's different. You gotta think for your whole family, and there the risk is real. You know it, it's an individual process, right? But saving is always good. Saving is good. And over time, if you can get up to the 25K, in my opinion, I think that's the best way to do it, is to have 25K. That way you don't have restrictions. Going offshore, there's a lot of fees, right? And there's a lot of risk. Short trader used to be pretty popular, like CMEG. Before CMEG, there used to be one called Short Trader, and that one was in the Bahamas. They ended up shutting down. There was a big problem with them having to pay people back and money being tied up for weeks and months. Can you imagine having 25 grand down, or let's say like 20 grand down there, and your cash is tied up for like 6 months, and are you even able to get back all of it? They went bankrupt, or they went under. I mean, it's like dealing with that stuff, man, is tough. And I think CMAG is located in a much more where's the I don't know what country it's based in, but I don't think it's the like you can fly to the Bahamas, you can even take a vacation there. I don't know where CMAG is based. I think it's somewhere. Well, I'm not even gonna guess, but anyhow, there's risks, so you got to be careful of how you do it, and just do what's best for you, right? Rob, man, Rob, no, no, no. Yeah, so when it comes to businesses, I mean, real estate, almost everything, people borrow money, right? Buying a house, buying a car, taking out loans, student loans. So it's all risky, right? It is all risky. Like if someone says taking out a loan to put into a trading account is risky, it is very true. It is risky, right? Most things are risky. So you got to choose the best plan of action. Trinidad, oh my God, Trinidad. Is CMAG in Trinidad? Is it really? How do you guys feel about SNTI? It's curling up. Kyle, man. Kyle, play nice, man. Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, man. My girlfriend is from there. I used to mess with her and say, uh, Tobago, right? Trinidad and Tobago. I used to say Tobago just to mess with her. But yeah, the islands, man. I think this is a good place to shut it down. Where are we at? 11:14 a.m. So it's been a good live stream. For those of you watching on, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting on? If you haven't hit the thumbs up already, what are you waiting on, right? Free resource here in the community. Free resource, putting it all out there, putting it on the line. Very transparent. I'm not hiding anything. I don't think I'll ever provide broker statements because it doesn't, I mean, I wouldn't mind providing broker statements, but with how I'm transparent right now, it's like if you're using Thinkorswim, especially if you're using a different broker, you might not understand this interface. But if you're using Thinkorswim and you look at my interface, you'll know for sure that there is no tricks, there is no gimmicks. If I was trading in the sim, it would have been bright orange across this top beam up here saying simulated. It's all orange looking, and every day slow and steady. These gains though are gross. I will pay. Let's see. My get. Let me take a look at the stocks I traded. I'll tell you guys an estimate. I can log in and check positions. Let's go to positions. 13,000 shares. Well, 26,000 shares really. Another 22,000 shares. Uh, 9 times 2, 18, right? 180,000 shares. I paid at least $10 to $15 today in fees, SEC fees and other fees. So whatever this P&L is right here will minus $10, $15. They make money. They make it, commissions. They're selling our order flow, which I heard they're making way more money from doing that compared to when they were actually making money from commissions. So imagine. These brokers are making big bank, man. Um, they're making more, and they're charging these small fees that are mixed in. So hey, yeah, everything is all transparent fully. Can I explain my scanner? Yeah, sure. Zelensky, Zelensky, yeah, man. So Momo Pro, let's pull it up on full screen, right? Let's pull it over here. So if you're used to any other scanner, of course, this scanner is going to be presented to you in a bit of a different way visually, right? But most of the things, most of the components are the same, right? The great thing with this scanner is that it's pretty cheap, right? It's pretty cheap. The full package is 37 bucks a month compared to like $100, $150, $200 some other scanners. The full package gives you access to everything, right? Including this discovery platform right here, which is essentially the gap scan. So each and every day, this is where I start, right? I do have different filters. This filter here is a default filter that comes with it that shows everything, right? Every single stock, no matter the price, float, everything. If you want a very broad view, you can use this, and you can see the stocks that we traded today. KITT, one of the main watch list stocks, a little down on the list. So this is the gap scanner, right? I do have some other filters in here. Um, let's see. There's Relentless Momo, right? That will tighten up the boundaries, and you'll see PEGY, KITT, SHFS, right? INDO and so forth. So, the stocks that we're trading, they're all right here. As mentioned, the information is just presented to you in a slightly different way, right? Moving on up, that's the bottom, and it's kind of funny I started from the bottom first, but yeah, this right here, the stream, aka high-low ticker, right? And there are a bunch of filters that you can set to, specific criterias for volume, for price, for all, everything that's there you can do, you can set. And so the float here, not float, the stream rather, here shows me all the stocks that are making new highs, all the stocks that are making new lows. And I have mine set a little bit more vague. This way, when stocks start off from light volume, I can see them hitting the scans, right? Especially in pre-market as well. To the right, we have stocks that are popular, stocks that are being searched up on the platform, right? There's a couple of stocks here, some of the ones that we're looking at, KITT, and this shows you that there's traders using this that are completely different in style, right? AVCT, I think I looked at, but didn't really trade as much. But for the most part, most of the stocks, FNGR, ATXI from yesterday, PEGY from today. There's an alert section, right? Built-in halt scanner right here. You can, of course, drag and drop everything on the platform in specific locations, depending on how you want it. Visually, it's already pretty good for me, so I haven't really messed around with that too much. But yeah, there's a news feed. You can search any stock. Like, you don't really have to come out of the platform to do much. Everything that you need is basically here. If you want to search FNGR from yesterday, right? You can search it up. This is pretty new as well. They added in a bit of a logo for each company, the company name and everything pops up. So once you search it up, let's hit enter here, right? You can see all the latest news from a month ago, and you can scroll down from a month ago to 6 days ago when we had the first breakout. You can click on it. It gives you a little bit of more of a in-depth look at the headline, right? So there's a lot of different things you can do. It does offer a watch list. This is one thing I will say. I do prefer my watch list to be inside of my broker, right? Because when it comes to speed, it matters for day trading. But you know, there's a lot of different trade styles, and if you're trading a much slower pace, it's good to have the stocks that you're looking at right in here. That way you can click on them and have access to news and all that different stuff right here in the platform, right? So there's a watch list. The meters I don't have on as much, but this is a good look into the overall market, and you know, it's kind of like a breadth of the market. You know, where are we at in the day? It's kind of like an overall look, right? But yeah, I don't use it as much. Some of you guys might like it. When you get into the back end of the settings, this is where the magic happens, right? Um, for the stream, it's pretty simple too. For the stream, right? You know, you can come in, you can set your price range, your average volume, your float, and count is how many times we're hitting the high of day scans, right? So stocks that are hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when they're hitting 5 counts plus, show me, show me, show me, right? This way we have a little bit more of a filter, right? Discovery, right? This is for the platform all the way down, which is the gap scan, right? These are the tabs that are there. Some of the tabs I feel like I don't need to see as much, so I'll have them toggled off. And coming to the right, there's notifications, and this is where you can do the conditional alerts. Going back to let's come back here to the front, right? So this alert section right here, right? It shows you halted stocks. And by the way, like I have the voice mode turned on, right? There's a voice mode, right? So if I turn on my volume, when stocks hit this conditional alerts, it can scream it to me because you know sometimes I'm downstairs, so when I have this turned up and a stock is being halted, it shouts it through my my speakers, and I hear it downstairs. I can run back upstairs and see. That's the type of person I am. If something is halting up, I need to know. I want to know. I want to be here, right? Um, which brings me to the app, which you can also download and have it in your pocket at all times, right? So going back to settings, notifications, right? Coming to notifications, these are the conditional alerts that I have, and I have a video on YouTube going over these two scanners right here, right? That's essentially a scanner, right? So you guys can check out those videos on YouTube. I have a full video going over the platform itself, and another one going over the filters. There have been some updates, like you can and you see right here, it asks you if you want the voice notifications or not, right? But yeah, there are some options to add another high-low ticker, right? This way, if you want to watch something with a little bit, you know, tighter boundaries, criterias, conditional conditions, you can, especially for pre-market and then intraday. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. You guys can definitely check it out. And you know, as I mentioned, you can use code Relentless for 25% off. Not for one, not for two, but my lucky number 6, 6 months. There have been other people that wanted to do partnerships with me, but like Chart Prime has been reaching out to me, but I gotta take another look at their platform. I watched a few videos, and I think it's much more beginner friendly. Are there a few beginners watching me? I think so, but this channel primarily is centered around people who already know how to trade. I don't have a lot of beginner like, and I could produce more beginner content, but that's not what I really do, right? I can, as I mentioned, I can, but this channel is for people who already know a lot about trading, who are scalping momentum. It's a niche, right? And you know, it's pretty tight niche. Uh, you got to know what's going on or all going on already, and I don't know how useful it'll be for me, and I know it's good for people who are beginning. You know, I will see, right? I have to look into, I have to use it first, right? That's how every partnership starts. You got to use the product first, see if it's good. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? Yeah. So that's basically Mometic, you know, Momo Pro, right? Is there any other questions? The trading farmer is in the building, man. The trading farmer, what's going on, man? Long time. We were supposed to play some games, but I've been big slacking, man. I'm not gonna lie, I've been big slacking. A couple of guys have been trying to get me into some of the games. Marcelo, Juan trades, but I don't know, man. It's like the problem I have. My controller's right here, right? But I don't really turn on this PlayStation, right? The problem I have is that once I start to play a video game, I start to feel guilty. I start to feel like I should be doing something better, you know? And am I too obsessed about trying to be better and improve? I don't know. But that's what happens to me. And it's like, I hate that feeling, It's like, dude, why are you gaming? You know you should be doing something. Go read something. I don't know. There are different ways to have fun. I guess I've been a little bit more off the games, but yeah, man, good to see you. Red to Green is in the building. Are the crop sweater ready for the winter time? My car's at the mechanic shop. I haven't been going to the gym as much this last week and a half, which sucks. It sucks. I haven't been taking my protein either, you know? I have this big thing of protein right here that I haven't been taking. I had the Atkin bars, which I did run out of. I also have these kind minis because I was on this journey to gain weight. I was on this journey to put on at least 15 to 20 pounds over 2.5 years. And here I am missing a full week and a half of the gym, man. Absolutely madness. And that's where I got to kick in mentally. Home workouts. I do have some dumbbells. I do have I have a weighted vest, right? I have a weighted vest and a yoga mat. So, I can do some stuff. I've been eating, and Marcelo was telling me, hey, you gotta start eating more eggs, right? I was telling him, yeah, man, I was eating 2, 3 eggs. He's like, no, 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 you gotta try to eat 4 eggs, 5 eggs. We talk about protein, right? Getting that lean muscle mass. Chicken breast, pretty good. You kind of have to meal prep when you're trying to gain weight, you know. Anyhow, is there anything moving? I think that might do it. Big shout out to the farmer. Big shout out to LMD, man. LMD and I have made a video. I didn't post it yet, right? I wanted to wait a little bit more because I felt like the markets. I had this weird thing in my mind, which I don't like. Ultimately, I don't think makes sense. I wanted to wait a little bit for a bigger, like a crash, but I think I was getting a little ahead of myself. I still think the overall market has a lot more downside, but it's good when we can see a bit of a bear market rally here and there. But that video will come out, just general stuff, talking about why, as a young individual, you have to be in the overall market as well, even if you're putting in small amounts every day, right? So we talked a little bit about that and some other things. The Relentless merch will be here soon. Yeah, so I think that might do it. It's been a good day. We're green. As mentioned, it always feels like you can do better. I was up at best like 450. I started red 200, made 600 on the other stock. Right, we were red 200 on KITT. In fact, we were green pre-market, $60. You know, man, I tell you, green 600 on PEGY. We dropped all the way down, so we lost 400. Dropped down at just 250 maybe, and then we slowly inched back up to 413. FNGR, we made some money on that one, although we could have went heavier with size. FNGR over the last couple of days has paid well, right? 1900 over the last like 3 or 4 days. Um, that one, or 2 weeks maybe, however long that one has been playing, in play rather. TOPS, INDO, hard to trade. I felt like bigger spreads, a little bit more tricky, but did give opportunities getting hauled up. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. If you're going the distance, continue to trade smart. Did I post the link, by the way? I don't think I did. I'll post them one more time in case I forgot. Here we go. Boom. Mometic. Discord, aka free chat room. Check it out. The Discord is where you too can also have a voice, right? So be sure to check it out. And the Instagram and Facebook page. Your boy RT, man. Big slacking on the Instagram and Facebook page. My TikTok is suffering. I posted one TikTok, and you know it's not good. My TikTok is suffering, man. TikTok posting to TikTok will help us to get to 10,000 subscribers faster. So we got to do what needs to be done to ensure success. All right, guys, take it easy. I'm gonna jump into the Discord, hang out a little bit, and then I'll be out of here. I think I'm gonna jump into General 1. So I'm gonna make that call out right now. The Discord is where you two can also have a voice. I've been thinking about the voice channels, and I think though what I'll do, we haven't had anybody who's been crazy about spamming and things like that, but there needs to be an extra layer in voice so we don't have any crazy people coming in. So eventually only blue members will be able to speak in voice, right? Just to prevent spam for now. I mean, we'll see. We haven't had any issues, but you know, sometimes you don't want to wait until something happens to make a change. You got to stay ahead of the game. So yeah, YouTube, stay safe, stay green. This is where I am shutting it down. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Tomorrow, once again, bright and early for another beautiful day. Later. Discord, jumping into General 1.